I think the biggest problem that many of us judges saw was that our orders of protection really had no teeth. We really thought we need to figure out some way of coming up with a way to address the problem that these orders of protection we're not solving. And that's when we came up with this particular court. The prosecutor's office just isn't able to address those matters in which there's been emails or phone calls or drive-bys that are conducted by the respondents. And we all know that after they do a little bit of that, something more serious is going to happen. This gives the petitioner the opportunity to come to court to file and use a very user-friendly form that lets us know that there's been a violation alleged, and then we get these folks in court right away. I think that one of the real benefits to having this domestic violence court is it's really changed the nature of how the court addresses folks that come in to seek orders of protection. Right now, our goal and our responsibility as judges is to make sure that people have access to justice. Without this court, I don't think that they would have had nearly the same kind of opportunity. What's really made the difference, I think, to a great degree, is having advocates present at the courthouse to assist many of the petitioners to fill out orders of protection. Oftentimes they're thinking about the most recent allegation. They may think about something that happened the night before and leave out countless allegations and countless events that have happened that really are important information for us to consider. And I can think of a couple of occasions in which I honestly believe that these advocates have saved the lives of these petitioners. Back in 1990, my wife started the Girls Club, and about maybe 7 or 8 months later, she was nudging myself to try to get us to consider a boys' club.
The boys, after we started Girls Club, kept saying, "Sheila, when are you going to start Boys Club?" And I'm like, when are you going to start Boys Club? And one day, one of our volunteers locked her keys in the car, Mary Lindmark, and we were picking up the girls at Villa Griffin. She locked her keys in the car, so we had to wait back for her husband to come over and unlock her car. The rest of Girls Club went on. I stayed back with Mary, and of course the boys were left behind and said, "Sheila, when are you going to start Boys Club?" And I said, "Listen, there's a man coming over. When he comes, surround him and ask him."
All it really took was to see these kids. I think that they were hamming it up a bit. I also have organized a teen mentoring group, and we deal with children that many of whom were in our Boys and Girls Club that have just gotten a little bit older, that need more of a one-on-one relationship. I could safely say that if we had enough mentors, if we had enough tutors to deal with these kids, their problems would be solved, for the most part. I think there's different takeaways. Children are children wherever they are, and these kids aren't any tougher than anyone else. These kids want the same thing that every other kid has. They're just not exposed to a lot, so there are some differences. The opportunities to do something about it, to see a problem and just roll up your sleeves and do something about it is something that I see in my wife and admire so much, and it really isn't. It doesn't take rocket science to put something together when it's something as simple as just taking kids away for an afternoon.